Okay. Easy enough. I was sitting there pulling some things together. Hi there. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm here to do some weekly tarot readings, and I'm here to do some live one-on-one questions for you. If you want to proceed, just type in your question. I do tarot, pendulum, and astrology. So if you'd like to play and ask questions on any of those subjects, we do have, thank you for the like, we do have Mercury retrograde going on. We've been in full effect for about a week. So Karma the Capricorn over here has been playing with a lot of that Mercury energy. Thankfully, it hasn't been my relationships. Let's knock on wood because those have been going fine. However, we had DMV paperwork, and then I promptly missed some certified mail from said DMV. Then we had some beautiful interconnectedness problems with the DMV and the insurance company not communicating, and then the DMV system going down so you couldn't call for information. And I've had a vehicle breakdown and my computer was going wonky today. So what kind of experiences have you had with Mercury retrograde? And the funny thing is, you expect it, but it's always the surprise you weren't ready for. It can't be the car you were expecting to break down. It's got to be the unexpected. So Moxie, what's the Mercury qualities that we should remember? What are the qualities of Mercury that we would want to look up? Because that's definitely the trickster, right? So let's take a look and see. So it is every 3 months almost exactly, because it's 87.97 days. So that's kind of interesting. But the planet Mercury is definitely all about that communication. So let's take a look and see. I'm reading something right here that I thought was pretty interesting. It says Mercury's action is to take things apart and put them back together again. An opportunistic planet, decidedly unemotional and curious. So that is why I always say Mercury is the great leveler, because it lets you see the working parts, the moving parts, the things that work, the things that don't. And it's always, to me, the Mercury card, literally the Mercury card is the magician. So Mercury is all about communication, but definitely not about, Mercury is about the influence of the mind. So not necessarily anything with emotions, because I definitely am feeling a little bit emotional, etc. Lately. However, and there's also been a lot of frustration going on. So I was taking notes. Where did they go? Earlier. So definitely feeling a little bit like you're feeling too tight in your skin. You're feeling restless. Things could be moving along just fine, but you're still feeling a little restless, a little anxious, not kind of, really, you're going through this duality right now. And I'm noticing that part of me wants to go be, like, I don't know about you, but it's all escapism, right? Oh, her moon sign is in Pisces and her ruling planet is Mercury. So here's what's interesting lately. There is quite a bit of that energy of feeling like you want escape, like you want to be sitting at home. You don't want to go people. You don't want to be around anyone, but at the same time, you're feeling restless and feeling lonely. So as you want to go out, as you want to sit home and not be bothered, at the same time, you're feeling isolated. So there's this duality and going on, okay? She says, Moxie says, highly unemotional. Better put the duct tape and hammer down and let it fall apart. It's almost always better. Behind the plaster may be beautiful woodwork. So that's a good analogy. And I can always trust her to have the most amazing visuals for somebody that's not visual. She's my data collector and my analyst, but she always has the most amazing visuals. And what's true is there's a lot of balance going on, your divine masculine, your divine feminine, and finding that perfect line. When I was doing the readings for Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn today, there was a running theme. And that was temperance, which is all about balance and finding that fine balance in between the two. So if you're isolated too much, you become lonely. You go out too much, you get a little exhausted. So as you're going back and forth, it's like this you're feeling like you're pulled in two different directions and you're not satisfied. It's like having had something to eat, but still feeling like you're needing a snack, right? Let's see. Oh, I know another thing too, super body sensitivity. So I've been feeling, I heard Maru and Nahum talking about body sensitivity. And as far as I have been experiencing body sensitivity, it's been changes in my appetite. I'm constantly hungry, but then I'm picky about what I want to eat. And then it doesn't feel like I'm satisfied. And I'm also finding the aches and the pains. I want to be moving around. I caught myself walking home the other day just because I had this restlessness, and I had this huge, like, first of all, my car broke down literally 12 hours after I paid it off and got the title in my hand. The alternator went out, which it feels like a repeated pattern from when I had my Jetta, Moxie's Jetta. But, it kind of feels as if that is the end of the world to me. I mean, I definitely feel as if like a girl is behaving how someone gets, like, you ever see the girls in the movies or on TV that when they see a spider, they do the freak out. That's definitely me when I have a car problem, is I freak the fuck out. And I cry and I get upset and I get angry and I get snappy. And however, I couldn't get myself to shake from that mood for a little while, and I was really bitchy. And then, boom, my car breaks down. You couldn't get me out of this mood for anything. And I was feeling agitated and irritable, and I just didn't want to be happy. There was nothing you could do. Well, there's one or two things that could be done, but I'm just saying, there wasn't anything that would make me happy at that time. And it was just definitely that feeling, you know what I mean? Well, and so Moxie's saying what you fear. And maybe it is what I fear, but my Batman said to me, hold on, speaking of which, he made a comment to me that said, slow down, you don't like being out of control, and you feel out of control because you don't know what's going on. Stop and ask some questions, which was really poignant to me, because here's what's true. I'm a smart bitch. I know me some things when it comes to anatomy and physiology and money and coaching. I'm a paramedic and I teach tarot on YouTube, and I'm pretty confident. However, that's like one of those things that seems like a great mystery to me. And I had a really good friend of mine who was a mechanic, and he said, I don't understand how you feel the human body can be less complicated than an engine, but you do. You got it in your head that it's more complicated. And it is. It's a big deal, and I like it. I mean, I guess it's all the same thing if you could figure it out. At least it's not in motion, and nobody's going to die if you fuck with a hose. Unlike in a human body where you give the wrong med and they die. But anyways, I have definitely felt a energy that was not feeling motivated, not feeling like I had any energy, really having to force myself to engage. Let's see here. Just definitely hypersensitive. So I felt like my moods taking everything. Now, luckily, I've got a little training under my belt, which, keeps me hyper aware. So here's what's true. That even though I was super cranky, I was at least smart enough to put my phone down. And then I was smart enough to call the people that I know that are going to coach me out of it. Moxie and Mr. Batman. I mean, these were individuals that I know me well enough and know how to say the right thing to get me out of my mood. So I got myself some coaching. But here's what's true. We're about to come over that hump. We're halfway through Mercury. We've got another 2 weeks-ish, and it'll be all right. It'll be okay. But like I said, give yourself some extra time. Be kind in your communications. Like I said, I put my phone down for the day because I didn't want to be rude to people. So I avoided them. And then you have that escapism feeling. So now you're isolated and now you're lonely. And it's like this little cycle. So kind of going back and forth with those two different kinds of energy and the frustration Mercury tends to bring. My daughter was in the kitchen yesterday and she said, is Mercury a girl? She must be. We shouldn't say karma's a bitch because we all love when karma goes to work. But Mercury definitely likes to play, and it's like the trickster, right? So anyways, I was reading somewhere too that Pisces is all about singularity and feeling separate and isolated too. So there's a lot of those energies going on. And I will say it takes foresight, patience, and tricking yourself a little bit so you can keep outside of those loops so you don't feel like you're going down with the undertow. So if you have some questions for me, I would be more than happy to pull some cards for you. I did put the PayPal link there for those of you that want to ask some questions. I am going to throw my website, so for those of you that want to book a one-on-one with me, you can find me. I do have a couple slots open this evening. So in the meantime, I'm saying hello to Priya and Melissa. I said hello to Melissa a little earlier. If you have questions, like I said, just post them in the chat box. I'd be happy to get to you and answer anything that you wanted to talk about. Meanwhile, I will just continue to rant. So yeah. Anybody else feeling some of that energy? So Moxie, the house astrologer over there, is a magical mind. If you ever have any questions about astrology, she's the go-to one. We're going to be doing some astrology classes on here for you guys too, and some tarot. So for those of you that want to play with learning how to do tarot, I've got some videos for you. Any questions? Yeah, I do know some things, she said. You don't realize how much you... So Priya wants to know, will I move abroad this year? She said, feeling all this energy. Here's what's true. There's nothing you can do about the roller coaster except hold on, right? Yep. Hi, Moxie. That's my partner right there. So this is for for Priya, Sahu. My bad. So in this reading, we're going to be looking for the major card that has to do with you having travel. So we're going to look for the Chariot, and we're also going to maybe look for the Seven of Coins, because both of those indicate that you're moving. And thank you, Melissa. I got your donation. I appreciate it. So I don't know if you're looking to go abroad in order to have something fun, but I do see celebration and travel coming up for you. I don't know if it's going to be fun. It looks like it's going to be fun. You are trying to get your money together in order to do so. And I don't know why there's an element of criticism that comes up for you. But I am seeing that there is some criticism that's behind this, and you're going to be a little bit on the hot seat if you choose to do this. I'm also seeing the Ace of Swords, which has to do with decision making. I'm seeing you pulling some money together for this, and I'm also seeing that there's like a love interest. So yeah, there might be some interesting dynamics that go with this. However, things are definitely going to get significantly easier for you. You have the Six of Swords. So if you're feeling any tension, which I do see here with the Three of Wands, that's likely to get a little easier. And I don't know if it has to do with you going overseas, that you're trying to find some balance, but you are definitely starting to feel as if the time is now, and you're not allowing yourself to ignore this grinding feeling that you have to skip on out. So just notice that the only thing in the way here is a decision-making process, and I also see you gathering money for it. But I'm going to give you a solid yes on that, but it's going to be over time. This isn't going to be something that's going to happen suddenly, because we have the Nine of Wands, which means halfway there. So you're halfway to your planning, or halfway to your saving money, or halfway to your decision-making, so to speak. All right, so who's next? Thank you for the like. What kind of job should I get? I have so many tools under my belt, and I'm confused as to where to go. I'm leaving the karmic partner. That is a whole lot of shit. Leaving a karmic partner, there's a lot of work that goes in that. Be careful not to do a cord cutting. You're so welcome, Priya. So be careful with leaving a karmic partner. I know a lot of people recommend doing cord cuttings. Cord cuttings can be not only complicated, but they sometimes make someone come back. So be careful if you do any of that stuff. What kind of job should I get? Well, I don't know. Let me take a look and see. So here's what's going on for Melissa right now. Melissa has the Ten of Wands straight out the gate, and the Ten of Wands is playing with the whole anxiety Like you've overwhelmed by a lot of decisions that have to be going on right now. Money is definitely a problem for you that you feel like you need to solve. Okay. It's not that you don't have it. It's just that you are mapping, planning, playing with, deciding, and analyzing, looking at all of that, right? And I'm seeing the Nine of Wands, Queen of Wands. So that Queen of Wands is work. As far as what kind of job, I feel like there's something that you do with your hands that's a skill set. And something to which you're working independently, because I'm seeing the Emperor card right here. And the Emperor is all about being independent and taking leadership. So the definitely feel as if you're a little isolated. You do have the Queen of Swords, that you've walked away from a situation that isn't serving you. You can't water a dead tree, so to speak. You have the Tower card, and things feel like they're falling apart. You feel like the world is falling down and everything is complicated, and you're feeling very isolated right now. Two things about isolation. One, isolation isn't bad. A seed grows in privacy, darkness, and completely alone. Growth happens in those moments of darkness. And here's what's true about the Tower card. The Tower is the element. So if you still have a damn trailer on your land, you can't build the big arched foundation and beautiful woodwork and all of that if you're dealing with aluminum siding. So the Tower card definitely moves things out of your way, especially, this is my favorite analogy for the Tower card. If you haven't been listening to your intuition, if you haven't been listening to signposts and your guides and the things that you need to do next thing that happens is the universe will begin to shout. You'll get a little more uneasy. Your physical well-being and your health will start to take a turn. You'll start to have anxiety, nausea, inability to sleep, and you'll start to know that you have a decision that you needed to make that you're ignoring, and so your body is talking to you through it. So what ends up happening is you start to get more and more different kinds of notices, like your voice is screaming, I don't really want to be doing this. I wish I was doing this instead. So you have this internal dialogue that goes back and forth, and you're not looking at the signs that are showing up all the time because you have this tunnel vision on whatever other goal. Like, I just don't want to I want to not fight, instead of figuring out how to. So that's avoidance technique. So you want to fight with your partner, but you don't want to get along with them either because you're focusing on the fighting. So here's what happens. As you're moving forward and as you're going along your day and you're not seeing these signs, the universe begins to shout, and then things start to fall apart and things start to get a little worse. And then you end up like that scene in Final Destination where you step off the sidewalk and you're hit by a bus. Yeah, that's the Tower card. It moves shit out of your way that you weren't looking at. However, it's beautiful because it's the great leveler, okay? And then you have the Emperor card, and the Emperor card is all about leadership, stepping forward with some authority, making decisions that are not to be discussed with anyone else. So when you're making a decision as an Emperor, what ends up happening is you make these decisions without consulting someone. And then you have the Ace of Wands. You have all the skill set necessary. So I don't know if this is definitely a job that you're trying to leave or just the relationship, but I do see that you've already put some applications out. Like you have the Nine of Wands, and that's building a foundation, right? That is for getting things done. So I feel like you've actually put some applications out, or you might even have some interviews coming. Though I do see with the Ace of Wands that you might be doing something that has to do with your hands, or labor, or something you enjoy. Queen of Wands tells me it might be something in leadership too. But I wouldn't worry too much because you have a lot of skill set. You have the Magician card, and then you're also seeing the Queen of Coins, which is you having nurturing the money that you do get, okay? Yeah, she says, I don't have a current job, and yes, I have put applications out. Amazing. Okay. So yeah, that's why you're feeling all of this pressure right now too, is because you don't have any of that, that solid foundation, right? So hi, Jenny, welcome. So I'm seeing victory, Six of Wands. I'm seeing the Magician card. It's time for you to step into your leadership. It's time for you to go on stage. You're definitely going to get some responses from that. I was looking for the Two of Pentacles, but you've got your foundation laid, and I would say you've got a lot of major cards that are going on. Don't sweat the relationship stuff right now. If you want a one-on-one regarding the relationship, it sounds like it feels like you've made some strong decisions in regards to that. So just reach out to me, karmaondeck.com, and we can get your one-on-one going. I'm burning something in the kitchen. I'm not really burning something in the kitchen. It's not something I do. But I can smell it. So I have snacks when I'm done. I've been such a good girl and got all my goals today. And that was the other thing that I have been having a hard time with in the last week or so since Mercury kind of blossomed its little wings, so to speak. But I have definitely felt unmotivated. And it's been like dragging ass to get things going, like in the day. It feels as if it takes me 2 hours to get motivated, and I just do the little 5-year-old stomp because I love what I do. However, it just feels like there's 1,000 things in the way of getting just to the front door. So I can't even get out the front door. It just seems like, I had my very first refund in 20 years. And I haven't told anybody this story, but I missed an appointment. And when we tried to reschedule, I missed another appointment because I didn't get home in time. And she's an attorney. So I just sent her money back so we can book again next week. And I'm pretty sure we're going to talk to her again. It's not a big deal. But that was a Mercury retrograde thing. I felt so terrible for missing these appointments for someone who booked and paid. So, frustration is a big player right now. And I didn't want to feel motivated. I didn't want to feel frustrated anymore. So I set some goals to get some things done, because I knew that I would feel better about having something to look back on, saying, okay, I was frustrated. I was irritated. I wanted to stay in my pajamas. I wanted to give up and quit. I had to run an errand a little while ago, and I had this stream set up, and I ran the errand, and I came home, and I came back in here, and I was not going to come live. I just was like, you'll feel so much better tomorrow when you have something to show for your day. Because I keep blowing these things off, and it became like a really bad habit for a little while. And I still have so much to catch up on that once you're unmotivated, it takes forever to get back in that groove, right? So Jenny wants a general reading. I will go ahead and do that. And let's take a look and see what's up with Jenny. And welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Moxie said, do it. Okay, so this is for Jenny. Oh, Moxie's on one today. All right, so let's take a look and see what Jen says. Ooh. So you have been looking for things to get a little easier. You're definitely feeling frustrated and overcommitted in a lot of ways. You have the 10 of Swords, which means you're overcommitted, or that you have so many things on your plate right now, you don't know where to begin. It's a little bit of frustration. You can't make any moves. You feel as if you go left or right and there's a cage in the way. I do have the 7 of Swords. You're just hoping the storm will break eventually. A 6 of Wands, victory. Let's see. I do see that there might possibly be a new relationship for you. If it's not a new relationship, it's a renewal and a honeymoon phase in the one that you're in. But we definitely have the Moon card, which is my mapping card. And you'll hear me say a lot of phrases if you stick around, that is. Jenny, you'll hear me say certain phrases all the time, but the Moon card is always about mapping. You can't know where you're going unless you know where you are on the map. So I see you doing a lot of that mapping too. And if you'll notice, you got the Emperor card too. However, it's in a different position. And the Emperor tells us that you need to start taking leadership, especially when it comes to budgeting and money. Feels like you've been putting stuff into great places, that you've got really good ideas, but they just have had really crappy timing. And I'm also seeing the World card, so possibly some travel for you. You're just not sure how you're going to get your money together for this next little phase. That's because we have the 6 of Coins. You're trying to come up with some ideas to get this in balance. But we do have the 6 of Wands, which is all about victory and having things go well for you. I just heard something crash in my kitchen, and my dog is right here. Hot dog. Now I hear his tail thumping. All right, so that was for Jenny. Hopefully I hit some things for you that make some sense. I'm curious to see what Page of Cups is for you. I don't know if that means you're getting into a new relationship or just met someone, but there's some interesting dynamic right there. Um, hello, beautiful Aries. So, yeah. Moxie just deleted her comment. Well, fine then. What are you doing, Jameson? Come here. Yeah, I felt stuck lately. So, like I was saying, I was hearing the last time Mars was conjunct the South Node in Capricorn was September 11th. So, if anybody's feeling a crisis feeling, Moxie, look that up for me. But anyways, yeah, there is a lot of stuck energy. There is a lot of feeling restricted, even if you're not. It's just really analyzing the barriers that you have going on, whether you can do things that you want to do or like to do, etc. Definitely feeling frustrated. So who's next? Who's got a question for me? Moxie, let's do a reading for you. This is for Moxie. She's like, I don't want my business out there. Moxie's all about keeping her circle small right now. We're caught up, beautiful Aries. You're welcome to type a question right there. Moxie, everything, you have the Seven of Swords, so most general readings have a group of people tend to have similar energy. You guys always come together for the right reason. It's like finding a concert with just the right music. You guys will find each other. So right now you have the Seven of Swords. Things are getting easier for you. You are definitely playing with your money. You have the Six of Coins, which is balancing act, okay? Justice card, Five of Swords. Moxie's been a little bitchy too. So that's you setting your limits with certain individuals where you're actually going, okay, enough is enough. I do see a lot of being on your feet. You've been busy as shit. I feel like you're exhausted. Today was one of those days. Is the Eight of Wands, which has to do with speed. Like things are moving faster than you feel like you can keep up with, and you feel like you're working harder than you get paid for. So you're sitting here going, I work too hard for this shit. And it's a little bit irritating. However, look at this beautiful Six of Swords. You're finally coming away. The swords aren't pointing at you anymore. So you don't feel like you're on point, that you don't feel like you're exactly under the firing squad at this moment. Now it's my turn. I don't know. But I'm just saying, Nine of Swords is coming up too. So where in your life are you feeling as if someone's not hearing you? Or do you feel as if you're a ghost in your own home right now? Or you're just like, there's so much going on that you don't feel like you're connecting? I'm also seeing like you are well moving on the way to your budget changing drastically. We do have the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. You're being very creative with your money right now. I also see you being extremely social this next coming week. You can expect business to pick up a little bit too, and introducing and meeting new people. Beautiful Aries, this is for you, the first love reading of the evening. I'm going to be on here another 30 minutes, so if you want anybody to join us, I'd tell them now. I've been on this thing all day today. So you don't have the ding ding bong ding ding diddling ding ding. All right. So this is for beautiful Aries. So I will say this, beautiful Aries. Vanessa, Moxie, look up Mars conjunct South Node in Capricorn on September 11th. When 9/11 happened, it was the similar conjunct of the Mars conjunct South Node in Capricorn. So pay attention to that. It was something I heard today. So this is for beautiful Aries. So the first thing that I'm seeing for beautiful Aries is that you have not had any joy in your relationship in a little while. Three of Cups, Five of Pentacles, joy and hope. You've kind of lost a little bit of hope. You've been a little cranky about that. And I also see the Five of Cups. You want things to go back the way they used to be. Hi, Laura. Welcome. I do see Knight of Cups. You've been a little impulsive emotionally. You're fatigued. You're tired. There's definitely an individual that you're quite in love with. And they feel like they owe you an apology. I'm also seeing that they have an attitude. That's not so great. I feel like you trump them all the time and they don't really feel like they can catch up to you. But I am seeing that you're a little frustrated and want to see some changes happen within that relationship, and you're looking for things to balance out. Yeah. So Laura, what's your question? Go for it. Laura. This is so Moxie is my partner. No. You can donate, but they're free. I'll do it for you. Hi, Christine. What's kicking? All right, so I left a Libra and I'm content with a Cancer now. Good to know. So Laura has a question for us. What's up, Christine? I want to blow all my windows open and let all this hot air out. So Laura wants to know if there's any reconciliation or hope for her Virgo. So this is for Laura Clement. Well, I do see this individual being slightly defensive. We have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands got their weapons out, hiding behind some data, hiding behind evasive techniques. I definitely see the Eight of Wands, which is like fatigue. They don't want to really be bothered at this point. Your intuition is firing when it comes to this individual, and you kind of know that they want to talk to you. But they're doing this repetition, redundancy, habit behavior that they've always done. This is a cycle, or it feels as if you've been here before with this individual. I'm also seeing Six of Wands. This other individual is very emotional right now, and you have been emotional too. Everybody's emotional. Hello, Katie. Most definitely losing hope for this relationship. And again, this is another one right here too. I have the Nine of Cups, which is regret. So I'm feeling as if you want things to be a little better. I'm also picking up that there's an apology coming your way. And I'm not sure if this other individual was acting a little bit sneaky. But they're very much interested in what their image looks like. And they don't want anyone to know their business. So they're keeping some of their information close to the chest, because they don't want anyone in. Yeah, but there's love present. I do feel like this individual loves you. We have the King of Cups. There is a lot of lovers and love cards. You also have the Two of Cups. So that's telling me that there has been some love between the two of you. Christine said, why do I always find the wrong guy? All right, so I do see the Two of Cups for you, and that's like, definitely have some love and relationship there. Oh, so that's why you have the Seven of Swords. That's why it's sneaky. I was going to say somebody's being sneaky, but it's not quite so easy to pick up when we're going across distance like this. But yeah, I do see that you wanted things to go back the way that it used to be. Always, she says, I feel like he's not happy where he is, and he always needs to be with someone, and I get that. So all right, let's take a look and see. How does Destiny feel about me right now? Mr. Chavez wants to know. And then we're going to talk to Miss Christine Shepard. Hi, Sarah. Who's new here? A couple of you are new. What drew you to me? What made you interested if you stopped by for the first time? I'm always curious. What made you stop and say hi to me? All right, so this is for David Chavez. How does Destiny feel about me right now? I'm going to make up a Mercury retrograde song and sing it. Wow. I'm going to shuffle these again. Hold on. Hang tight and do the Jeopardy theme, somebody. Do, 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 do. Because I'm going to shuffle these really good. Nice to meet you, Katie. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Thanks for playing. You're going to have fun. At least I'm entertaining. What do you look for in a psychic when you go to a YouTube channel and pop on and you look at them? What do you like? What do you dislike? While I sit here and shuffle, I know what I like. I like people that show their face. I like people that are real, but then I'm real, so that's who I'm all about. There we go. That makes me feel a little better. So I don't even watch YouTube videos that have to do with psychic stuff. I am the psychic. But anyway, so this goes to Mr. Chavez. I have a question. How does Destiny feel about me right now? And then we're going to go to Miss Katie Ray. So David, boom, you have the Four of Pentacles. So I don't know if there was some cheating going on in your past, or if you had some distrust in the past. And I don't know if this individual is someone that you've done the on again, off again with, but I am kind of picking up that they feel like you can be a little bossy. And the reason why I say that is the Lover's card is always on again, off again. It's always the Great Tango. It's the card that has to do with a power play, passive aggressive control. Then you have the Emperor, and the Emperor is all about somebody who likes to be in charge and be bossy and doesn't like to tell anybody or consult for anything. They wouldn't do it their way, and they don't feel like a need to discuss anything with anyone. This other individual is definitely watching you. They're paying attention to details and data, and I don't know who the stubborn one is, whether you or this other individual, but there's data going back and forth. Somebody's taking notes. So, but there is love present. You have the Lover's card, not my favorite card. Have fun with that. So this is for Katie Ray. How does G feel about me? So this is for Katie Ray. Katie. So here's what's going on. This other individual for you, Katie, is, G is overwhelmed by whatever had happened between the two of you. And I'm seeing the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is all about miscommunication. They are waiting to see what you're going to do. There's a lot of watching and waiting going on these dynamics right now, but I'm seeing the Three of Wands, which is waiting for the ship to come in. I'm seeing the Three of Swords, which is miscommunication. I'm seeing the Seven of Cups, and that has to do with you being like, just wishing things would slow down a little bit so you can have a clear look at things. You as well have the Eight of Pentacles. Are you losing some sleep over this situation, or does this other individual work nights? Because I feel like for you as well, Eight of Pentacles, this is a pattern with this individual of miscommunication that they like to sit and watch and wait. I would give this relationship time. Three of Swords is definitely going to be our indicator for Mercury retrograde. That's my Mercury card. And the Seven of Pentacles references harvest. And harvest is chill out, let things happen, and wait. You can't pick an apple in December, so don't rush things with this. I don't feel like you could if you wanted to, and hopefully that helps. Laura, Christine Shepard. Why do I always find the wrong guy? Usually, guys, I don't go in order. I just kind of pick around back and forth, so. But I do my best. So this is for Christine. So, did you really want me to answer that question? Why do I find the wrong guy? I'm going to pull some cards for Christine anyway. Self-sabotage, that's your answer. I'm getting Queen of Pentacles for you. You didn't ask a question, so I can't do a whole general ask spread, but I do see that you get frustrated and you like to quit when, or you did on this last relationship because it was getting a little out of control and you just wanted your life to be easier and your peace was important to you. I don't have a question for you though. Why do I always find the wrong? Self-sabotage. So Sarah wants to know, how does Omid feel about me? So this is going to be a little bit of, so how someone feels about you isn't as an easy a question from cards as you would think. But let's take a look and just do a quick reading of Omid, and I will see Ahmed and see what shows up, okay? Okay, so for this is for Miss Sarah, our noob. There we go. I will tell you, this individual is definitely not wanting to move forward with anything, very stubborn. We have the Hangman, which is all about purgatory, being stuck. However, this individual is like a little hot potato, can't decide what kind of energy they want. I see the Five of Wands, 1 minute they're fighting. I see the Fool card, and the next minute they see opportunity, and then even after that they have the Hermit, which means they go isolated, they go quiet. So I don't know if you've had an argument with this individual or if they can be feisty, but I'm also seeing the Seven of Cups. You do have a lot of options around you, that you are just fixated on this one. Are you paying attention to the other little boos that are around you? Because I feel like you have a lot of options. I'm also seeing the Seven of Wands. I would not put too much energy into this individual until they've proven what their intentions are, because I see them sitting on the fence and they can be a little defensive and don't want to give out information. Like, you know, they're afraid if they give out information, it suddenly means things are super committed and they're, you know, super attached now and they're afraid. But I'm seeing the Seven of Wands, which is defensive, and then the Hermit card. So they're just like sitting back trying to make a decision. They are looking for an opportunity though. So they're single, or will be soon, and they're in a state of mind where they're looking for opportunities, kind of like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. Are we going to go with Dorothy or no? And welcome. Hey Patty, what's happening? How you been? When is Lemon coming to me? What up, Rasta? So Heather Babe wants to know. Well, so Katie said, I like that you have two perspectives, but here's what's true. A lot of the cards tend to have dual meanings, and they can pull from either direction. I like to be objective. I'll be the most pragmatic psychic you ever met. I was a paramedic for 20 years. So, and I was a field training officer. Like, there's some times where you got to do it by the book, and there's some times where you just got to trust your gut. And that's a risk you got to be willing to take. But playing both sides that way, very pragmatic and very pretty much logical. I think I'm unlike anyone else in that respect, because I can see a broader spectrum and try to see all the sides. Let's see. Heather Babe. So in order to ask this question, Heather, when I pull the cards, if I see the Six of Cups, that means that individual is coming back. If I see a Page of Cups, that's an apology, or Page of Swords, he's on his knees. That would mean like an apology. If I see the Lover's card, that would mean you would be getting them back. If I see the Page of Cups or the Ace of Cups, that would be something new. So let's take a look and see what pops up for you. So the Magician is the first thing that shows up. So you must be very charismatic. You're definitely afraid this individual is not coming back. You've been watching and waiting for a little while. King of Cups. What did he go and do? Did he break a commitment to you? Because I see the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Four of Pentacles is cheating. Four of Wands is commitment. King of Cups is love. I don't feel like you're talking to him right now. That is another card that I am seeing is the Four of Swords, which that's my Snow White card. She only talks to you when it's perfect conditions and the stupid prince has to kiss her. Right, so he's behaving like the little prima donna and he's ghosting you right now. And I feel like if you do talk to him, he's going to be antagonistic. I do have the Death card, and that's telling me that life changes are happening for you, probably for the better. However, you will never hear a karma say this for your own good or for your greater good, because I think that's just rude and that's a platitude nobody wants to hear. It's going to hurt. You don't like it. You've been waiting to see if he's going to talk to you, but right now he's being a stubborn little shit. He's got the Four of Swords, so he's pouting, he's not talking to you, and he's antagonistic when you do talk to him, and he wants everything his way. So maybe it's a good thing that he doesn't pop back around right now, but right now he believes it's over, and he's been juggling two things. So I don't know if that literally means that he was being sneaky or he had someone on the back burner that he was hoping to get with or play with, but I feel like he's totally disregarding the foundation that you guys have. It's complicated. Not just so easy. I apologize if that was harsh. Okay, let me pop down this. Laura, she said, I sent in a donation. Thank you so much, darling. She said, second question, another one about Lewis. I know there's love between us, but will his other relationship end soon? I don't know if I should just give up hope that he will come back. Thank you. All right, so Laura, let's take a look and see what's going on with that dynamic that he has. First of all, we want to know if there's anything good with it or if it's complicated and weird. Thank you for the donation. I greatly appreciate it. You should book an appointment, silly. Unless you can't talk on the phone. I've had that happen. I literally had somebody have me do a video unlisted so they could watch it and comment. It was the weirdest thing I've ever done. All right, so let's take a look and see. Lewis. He's going to continue to try and talk to you, though. I do have the Seven of Swords, which is being sneaky. 10 of Wands is a burden. So I see this individual spending some time doing duty type things, and I feel like there's a money component with the individual he's with. I'm also seeing 3 of Swords, which is miscommunication and arguing. He's definitely defensive anytime you ask about that situation. I am seeing here the Ace of Pentacles, which is you having victory, though. So over time, if you can take time, I feel like the problem here, though, is the 9 of Wands, is you feel like you have been putting in your weight and that it isn't getting reciprocated right now, and there's just not enough to go around. I do see the money component with him. I don't see it ending right away. I do see him traveling. It might be with you, might be towards you. I am seeing the 9 of Wands, which is fatigue. You are tired. You're ready to throw in the towel. You're ready to stop playing with this energy because you're exhausted. Defensive. He's defensive. You're defensive. I also see things getting a little better, though. Reach out to me, Karma on Deck 702 at Gmail. See if I can find my email on here. It would be kind of important if I had my own email on my channel, but I don't. So that's brains for you. You can reach my website and my Facebook and my Instagram, though, so I guess it wouldn't be that hard if you wanted to look for me. So let me scroll up into these comments for just a minute, because I get yelled at. You forgot me. Somebody told me the other day, thanks for nothing, because I didn't see his comment. He kept adding a comment and then deleting it, so I kept skipping him, and he got mad. Tana Luke, are you still here? She wants to know, is love coming for me soon? So what's coming in March for me? Which is it, sweetheart? Is this for love? Or are you looking for a general reading? Because those are two different ones. And hi, Chrissy. Chrissy Chandler, do we have a question, hun? I need you to post a question in the comments. I'm not going to go and beg for whatever information you guys want. It's just a quick one question reading. What person coming toward me in my love life should I give up? Are you asking about a specific person? There she is, Tana Luke. So are you asking if there is a person coming for me, or should I give up on a person? I'm not understanding that question. So if you'd reform it for me so I could look at it. So this is for Tana. Isn't this fun? Nice little Sunday evening. Okay, so here we go. So Tana, you have had a little situation lately where you have been frustrated. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is the, walking away from a dead tree, so to speak. It's definitely you feeling as if it's not worth it to put your energy into this situation or individual because you're frustrated. But I also see the 10 of Cups, which is external balance and internal balance, and that tells me there's a relationship on the rise. You do see, by summertime, I see you in a relationship, and I'm seeing the 8 of Cups. When you do meet this individual, it's going to move fast. So right there, 8 of Cups, and then Temperance, which is going to be all about balance for once. Oh, what person is coming toward me, and should I give up? Let's see. So you got your when, which is rare from me. So Tana Luke, she got a when. I don't do whens. I got given a when by a psychic once, and all I did was hunt for the stupid specific information she told me about, and it was the most nerve-wracking shit ever. So I'll never do that to you. Unless I got a clear picture of your grandpa standing by a fence in red overalls with blue rubber pants that go up to his thighs, looks like a fisherman. Because I've seen that. And I asked her, who's the old man with the straw in his mouth? Wearing a t-shirt, but he's not fishing. He's wearing rubber pants. She said he's a butcher. I said, okay, well, I see your grandpa then. But unless I see something very specific, I'm not going to give you a timeline. But Tana got a timeline. We should clap for that because it's a big deal. Hi, Patty. How you been? She said, salutations from Australia. That's how I have my little map from MapQuest. Or, oh my God, did I just say MapQuest? From Google Maps that says all of the turns in a nice little Aussie accent. Just thought I'd let you know. If I give the Scorpio guy a second chance, will he improve? Well, that's an interesting way to post that question because we're manipulating the reading at that point. If I give the Scorpio guy a second chance, will he improve? Life doesn't work that way. I wish it did so that I could move the Rubik's Cube of tarot cards around so I could tell you what exact path to go on. A lot of people, when they don't like something, and that's the great thing about tarot is when you see a reading, you see your reading and you see the direction things are going, you have an opportunity to make a different decision. But what happens is a lot of times someone will come along and they're indecisive and they're hoping something within my reading will give them some outlook in order to see which direction they should go. But here's what's true. If you pull some cards, we're not going to see if you do this thing, will you get a result? I'm going to pull some cards and show you what the dynamics are of this individual. And you'll see a difference. So let's look at Fire Spawn Scorpio. We're going to see if he's the type to improve, if he's in a place to improve. Sometimes people need a tower moment to kick them in the nuts a little bit so that they act right. You know, moms spank kids for a reason because you get a whole lot of act right out of a kid when you smack him in the hook. The hook was my favorite. Just a little boy's hook in the middle of my living room, talking shit, boop, right in the back of the head. You know, I'm just saying, if you don't believe in that shit, that's fine. That's how I did it. I might have changed my mind by now and learned to evolve a little bit, and I probably wouldn't be such an asshole to my kids. But you know what? What's true is some people need a tower moment in order to shift, change, and grow. So let's take a look and see if Scorpio's got the tower moment or a little humility, maybe even a Page of Swords with an apology, maybe a Two of Cups where he actually feels love and emotion. But let's take a look here and see what's going on with Fire Spawn Scorpio. First thing I get is the Queen of Swords. That's very interesting because that's you. Queen of Swords is my bitch card. If you have a reason to be, all good for you, because it's not a bad thing to be sometimes. Some people need to hear that, especially men. Here's what's true with men. They don't need a nursemaid, they need a drill sergeant sometimes. That's why they grow with pressure and not nurturing. Anyways, I don't know why I'm on one, but I am. So we have the Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, which is love. So you guys definitely have love and emotion for one another. 10 of Swords, and I don't know if that's you or him that's feeling betrayed, but I'm going to guess that's you. But let's see what's going on with him moving forward. Emperor card. Definitely independent. Doesn't like to be told what to do. Doesn't like to tell you what he's about to do or what he's up to. I'm also seeing 2 of Cups. Fortunately, the man does love you. I don't know if you walked away from him, but you are going to have an apology coming because there's the Knight of Wands I was talking about. So I do see love present. He is acting super, moody. I do see an apology coming your way moving forward. I see stubbornness being his problem. And so he's definitely going to give you some attitude over time. So I would give it some time. There's a lot of moving parts in this. I see you're afraid, but I am going to tell you that I really do believe that this might turn itself around. So given time. I don't know. I hope she's still on here. Did I just rant for somebody that's not even on the channel anymore? Set up a new play space, having fun. I've been having fun too in this here kitchen with that damn paint pour. Chrissy wants to know if she should give up. She hasn't had a boyfriend. Let's take a look and see. We're looking for the Page of Cups. Fire Spawn, did that help you? Were you listening? All right. I definitely see things getting easier, but I also am picking up for you, Chrissy, that you have a little bit of the frustration and you want to quit. So you have drama, you have the 8 of Pentacles. It feels like you keep doing the same thing over and over and nothing's changing. I do see someone coming for you, but you got to get yourself out of this little depression. And I do feel like you have a hard time talking to new people. Magician card's right there. Either that or you have a hard time connecting with those individuals. How do you see the future of me and my boyfriend's relationship? This is from Destiny Claire. Okay, you are still there. So there's like I want to say a good 20 to 25 second delay between the production and me speaking to you and it actually showing up on your end. So there's we are literally a minimum of 30 seconds delayed with one another. So if I'm looking for you, sometimes that's why. All right, so woohoo! So Laura's gonna book with me tomorrow. All right. I will double check with you and text so we have an understanding of our time zones and stuff because it's been weird with Mercury retrograde. So if you email or get to me, just make sure we have some communication between the 2 of us so we have our timelines good. So this is for Destiny Claire if you're chilling still. Let's look at Destiny Claire and yo stuff. Let's see here. Destiny Claire. Client sent me the coolest jam right here. Empirical Grace. It is the, hands down, the best sage spray I have ever enjoyed. It has a nice scent. Moxie always says it smells divine in here. So this is for Destiny Claire, if you get to it. Do you see the future of me and my boyfriend's relationship? Let's take a look and see what you and your boo got going on. Still there? My sign, I'm a Capricorn with a Gemini. No, I'm sorry, my boyfriend's a Gemini moon. I'm a Capricorn sun, Pisces rising, Aquarius moon. All right. So this is for my Destiny Claire. Hello, darling. Here we go. Ugh. So is he the quiet type? I'm curious now. So I'm seeing that he has a little bit of an attitude or a mouth on him, and I don't know if that's just culturally or if he's just being an asshole lately. But I do see the Knight of Swords, which is attitude for a little while, okay? I am seeing that there is a Five of Pentacles where he's a little bit moody. The Emperor card, which tells me he's being independent. And it feels like things are shaking up a little bit. I don't know if he's like being, he's got the Hangman where he's kind of caught things going in between, you know. But he's definitely stuck right now. And he's playing victim and feeling like the world is on end and going upside down. Okay, so yeah, she's like, hell yes. Haha, yes, he's been an asshole. So I'm seeing him. If you notice here, if you like, this is why I demystify the reading here. We have the Knight of Swords right now. And this is somebody like charging in to argue. We have the Four of Swords, our Snow White. So he's going to be the little fucking prima donna and he's going to sit back and just be like, you come to me. We have the Emperor, independent. We have the Five of Pentacles, lost hope. We have the Tower card, the sky is falling. So he's got all of that energy going on right now. It's a little irritating for you. And in the meantime, he's being a little bit judgmental. I would wait. Mercury retrograde takes the little sand in your shoe and makes it a boulder. And it makes acid on your feet and irritating. So don't let him irritate you. Do a little yoga, do a little Zen, smoke some weed, whatever it is you do, have a shot. I don't know, soak in the tub. Private time, like whatever it takes to get through this, because this is a storm that will pass. Because we have the Hangman here, and that's just purgatory. He's waiting for something to happen. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not lying to you. He doesn't have the Devil card. No, like I don't know if he's drinking, but I just heard that he does sometimes, or he does something. But I don't know. It's pretty complicated. But I will tell you this: I don't have any of the cards that indicate the big pop that he's gonna have a breakdown and make some stupid rash decisions. So be okay right now. Queen of Swords. She said, I guess it's because I've been giving him the cold shoulder afterward. Good. Carmen Glow. How does Emma feel about me? Hi. What's the website for the sage spray? You know, I don't know if it was a sample, but when it's Nova Acupuncturist. That's who made it for me and sent it to me. She is amazing. So I will reach out to her. Let me just put it in here. And if you find out and you browse it and you see it and it's active and working and she has it up and going, let me know. Is it 2 A's? Yes, it is. Somebody just booked an appointment, so it's giving me notifications on my computer. All right, Mercury. Nova. Ac. Aha, that only one U. It's not Acu, like accused. It's Acu. So AQ, just making sure. Yeah, not acupuncturists, just one S. So check her out. It's incredible. I don't know what's in it. It doesn't have like an ingredient list or anything because like I said, it was like a sample. But it smells like a high green. It's not like any sage spray I've ever smelled. It is intense. And I've had it for about, I don't know, 6 months. I haven't actually heard from her since I left. So at any rate, me see if I'm all caught up. Chrissy Chandler, Destiny Ray, Destiny Claire. Moon Baby's up. I got through Christy, Laura, and Destiny, so Patty's just chilling and visiting. Let's see here. Moon Baby, how you been? Could I please get a career reading? Yes, you may. That's a nice little twist. Let me spray some of this. Okay, Moon Baby. So this is a career reading. Let's take a look and see. Thank you for hanging out with me. Career reading for Moon Baby. Ooh, so are you just out of college? I'm curious because I'm seeing, I don't know if it's college or that you're definitely feeling as if you are starting out something new. So you have a skill set that you are good at. There is the Eight of Wands, which is things are moving quickly for you right now. However, I wouldn't worry too much. I feel like you've been putting applications out or you're looking for some information, but you have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is you feeling like a ghost. People aren't responding to you right now. So you're starting to get a little anxiety about your money, your career, and how things are moving forward. I am seeing you meeting a bunch of new people. That's the Four of Cups, and things getting easier, which is the Six of Swords. So moving forward, I see this being good. So even though you don't feel like you're being heard or you're listened to, if you're not getting the answers back from whatever you're putting out there, it's coming. There, King of Cups, emotionally well. Happy. But I have to go deeper into it for that. Oh, not out of college, but just leaving a long-term job of 6 years. So here we are starting over. You know, you have the skill set, but you're doing something new. That's what it feels like. Carmen Glow wants to know, how does M feel about me? Let's take a look and see. And then I posted my website, and then if you wanted to do a donation, I put that one on there too. It is scary, but I will tell you this, Moon Baby. If there was anything terrifying about that reading, like if I got the Tower card or anything like that where things are going to fall apart, you know, it is scary. So good for you. Your flight attendant leaving the industry. I mean, you can always go to private flights. Do something specialized, baby girl. If you're a girl. I apologize if you're not. Shit. Anyways, been putting out resumes, very little response. Yeah, it feels a little sketchy out there for you. So Carmen G, hello. Carmen Glow wants to know about a bow. Carmen, how does M feel about me? M is watching you. M, did you go through a phase where this individual didn't feel like they trusted you? I'm picking up the Four of Pentacles. So somebody is accusing you or watching the internet or paying attention to what it is you're doing, or you are. I'm seeing that things are complicated right now, and that you are worried that they're not communicating, that they might not communicate. But you guys are watching each other. I don't know, is this someone you met on a dating site? I don't know. It's complicated though. I feel like there's some distrust going on back and forth with you and that individual, though I take a deeper look. All right, kids. Carmen Glow. She said yes. I love that name, by the way. Carmen Glow. Will Roland and I heal our friendship? I think I'm going to pull There you go, Moon Baby. Good job. I love that. That is so smart. So, at any rate, Carmen, ow, hello. So, Quiche, will Roland and I heal our friendship? Let's take a look and see if there's some healing to be had. Yeah, there's some complications going on. She said, yeah, I feel like they're kind of doing the pullback thing right now, and it's getting frustrating. Okay. Yeah, for some reason he doesn't trust you. And it feels like there's accusations going back and forth. I was going to say it sounds like that somebody accused someone of cheating, but yeah, I don't know, that they're watching your social media to see what you're up to or whatever. But anyways, who was I just talking to? So Quiche, will Roland and I heal our friendship? Am I pronouncing that right? Quiche or Keisha? Will Roland and I heal our friendship? Let's just check in with you and Roland. Page of Wands. I think you will over time because you have fate. This might be a twin flame of yours. Twin flames are those people that can always forgive you. You have the Fool card. It's just a miscommunication. I do feel like it's going to blow over. You have a lot of love present. It's just damn Mercury. 3 of Swords. Mercury likes to poke at all the tender spots. Anyways, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I got some snacks on here. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. Please come find me on social media and play. Let me know how you feel your reading went. Come find me and do a review, or come hang out on social media with me, see what's going on. I do have a documentary that was done yesterday. I did post some videos on the posts that you can throw pictures up on YouTube. I also posted some of the stills for the documentary. I have film students that came down to do a documentary on tarot and psychics, and we had a blast. So I'm going to have some really fun footage for you guys to check out coming up soon. So welcome to Karma on Deck. If you're new here, stick around. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you're looking for in a psychic and what made you stay. And stick around. I'll do your weekly tarot for the rest of the signs moving forward the rest of the week. I think I'm moving on Pisces, Aquarius, and Aries tomorrow. Let me double check my schedule. So today I did Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, yes, and tomorrow's Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. So if you're any of those signs, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I will be popping back up here with Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries tomorrow. I'm not sure what my day is going to look like. If I'm booked up enough, I probably won't be able to come on and do a live, but I will try and do a live and get those videos knocked out tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be kind to one another during Mercury retrograde. You can't control other people, and if everybody goes around like an asshole, it's Mercury retrograde purge. So let's not have a purge. Everybody do their meditation. Like I said, do your self-care. Have a little massage. Have a little drink. I don't know if you eat edibles. I don't know if you want to meditate and get left alone. Do that so you can be kind to one another during Mercury retrograde. Don't be the reason someone flips out. And if someone else flips out, you just be like Karma and stick in the spoke and watch them out of the way. But anyways, honestly, that's just my technique with it. I've had a really crazy week with Mercury retrograde. Those of you that were here in the beginning, it was DMV, then insurance, then I missed the mail, and then I missed a fax, and then it was my car breaking down 12 hours after I got the title. And so Mercury is motherfucker. So it's been playing with emotions. So try and be the one that has a little modicum of peace and be kind to your people. So Patty says, I stay for the real. I love your work. Thank you guys. So come find me and play with me on social media. Leave me a message. And for those of you that booked, I will see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for the donations this evening. I appreciate you guys. Catch you on the flip side.